You know, the first thing I was thinking about is our family and how much is at stake. This is not only your largest financial transaction, it's an emotional one. And so when we were talking, debating, not only were we gonna sell, but who are we gonna trust, we really wanted to make sure we got this right. So what sets Tim apart in my eyes is his commitment to marketing your property. Nowadays, we know people aren't just driving by houses and pulling banners out of a box. They're online and they're looking at properties on their phones, via Zillow and all the social platforms. I think Tim uniquely sees that as the main point to distribute the marketing, and he commits to that. I had a number in my head, and I'll say when Tim shared what he thought the price was worth, I had a little sticker shock. I didn't think it was possible. Long story short, we listed at a price, again, much higher than I thought. We ended up selling 6.5% over listing. And if I think about that first realtor we interviewed, it ended up selling 17.5% over what they would have listed our house at. So I was very pleasantly surprised, and I give Tim a lot of credit for that. Our past realtors had taken pictures with their phones, so that's where my bar was. I had expected that with everything digital, you need better marketing, you need better video and photos. But I didn't realize what was possible. And so I guess my bar there was also low as well. And so Tim helped really educate me on new ways we could bring this thing to market. He had these beautiful banners laid out so that when every new potential buyer walked into the home, they'd see the home and then they'd also be able to read the story behind the home so they could make a connection with the house. And I think that played a big role in why we had so many offers. I think you need someone who values the lifestyle you're leading. Tim, I know, has a young family and is in our same situation, recently bought a house. So you're not talking to somebody who's in a business they can't relate to. This is somebody who knows the dynamics of what it's like to manage a big decision and manage a family. And so simple things like when we were talking to Tim and we'd have questions, we'd have simple text going back and forth. He'd use thumb emojis to give us updates, and it just felt like you were working with a friend. Because we could see he believed in the potential of the property, it gave us a lot of energy around making sure we brought our best foot forward in staging the home. You forget that you're not just selling a property, you're selling a home where you made memories. I think about my wife and my family and all the time we've put into making this house a home. So to those people thinking about the right realtor, I'd encourage them to think about not just the process, but the personal connection and the level of trust that you're actually going to build. And I'll tell you, in doing that, there's nobody better than Tim. By far and away, it's the most trust we felt with a realtor, and it's the